Hello everyone, welcome back to the FNAF tutorial part 5. It didn't take 6 months for the next one to release, yippee. So anyway, today I'm just gonna do the, night system, because as you can see I've got this night end UI, which just appears when it turns 6. So in the server, I'm going to add a module script and call it our system. Or actually, we'll call it night timer. Local timer equals table, and then turn timer, and create a few variables. So local finish hour equals 6. So this is just the time from 12 AM to finish. So think of it as like 6 AM, just without the AM. And local hour length equals 60, which is how long hours are in seconds. And then local clock equals workspace.office.clock, because I've also got this little clock here. It's just 2 parts with the Surface UI on it. So let's create a new function. Function timer.startNight. So for I equals 1, finish hour do, which basically just, I'm sure you know, but it just loops however many times this is. So task.wait, hour length, clock.display.gui .time.text equals I.am. And if I equals finish hour, then, so if it's 6 AM, then print night finished, just so we can see when it finishes. And for every player, game.players get players, we're gonna do player.playerGUI dot night end UI dot enabled equals true. And for well, let me explain first. So in normal FNAF, the number, well, 5 goes down and then 6 comes from the top, but I don't really want to do that because then I have to make an entire tween for it. So I'm just going to do a string.sub, which is basically, well, I'll explain when I get to it. So we're gonna do that dot, where is it? Dot background dot time dot text equals string dot sub, and this is the string that you want to sub. So in here I'll put 5 AM, and this is the best explanation of it. returns a substring of S that starts at I and continues until and including J. So it starts at I, so 0, and it goes up to whatever I is. So if it was 3, then the entire thing would appear, but if it was 2, it would just be 5A. And then we'll put task.wait 0.5, and when it's over, task.wait 1, and then we're going to do another loop for I equals 0, 3, 1, do, and we'll just do this again. 0.5, and just replace that with 6. And one more thing, in sound service, I've got this sound called Night End. It's just the FNAF 2 one. The ID's here if you want to steal it. But basically, I'm just going to do game.soundservice.nightend play. And it's just plays the sound. Yeah, I'm not going to play it again. And then we're going to go into our server script, and I've already required it, and you just want to do timer.startNight. And if we turn off the GUI, playtest, and we've got an error. Usage is not a valid member of... Oh yeah, my bad. What? Yeah, I accidentally... I'll just get rid of this real quick. Funny story, I actually tried recording this before, and when I clicked on a script, it was just completely blank for some reason, so I have to do it again. So, anyway, let's play test again, and all seems to be fine. Oh, ignore this, by the way. And just to make this a bit faster, I'm going to do our length equals 3. There we go. 1 AM, 2 AM. Actually, dot 00 AM. So it puts like 100 AM. Yeah. 2 AM, 3 AM, 4 AM, 5 AM, and 6 AM. Anyway, that's the night timer done. And now we're going to move on to the power. So I'm going to create another module script. We'll call it power. And in replicated storage, I'm going to create a int value, call it usage. So local power equals table, return power. So local usage equals gain.replicate storage.usage. Local power equals 100. Local tick length equals 3. And tick length is basically just like how often the power should go down. So I'm gonna create a function, update power, and what I'm gonna do, actually I don't even need to, I'll just put this at the bottom. Where does I say I think come from? Task.wait tick length, and we're going to do power minus equals usage dot value. So however many things we're using, so say we were using both doors, the power would go down 2 every tick. And sorry, if power is below 0, then power equals 0. Oh no, power equals 0. I do that a lot. Yeah, so back to this update power function. This is, I'm just gonna do this for the powered UI, which is this thing at the top. For I player in game.players get players do player.played UI dot powered UI dot frame dot power dot text equals power colon space dot power dot percent, and that just updates the powered UI for every player. And so just put that there, and that should be good. Actually, I'm just gonna copy this, put that in here, and where I put these usage dot values minus or plus equals 1, just put them in the same spot. So I'll just explain them. So this is for the lights. Usage goes up 1 while the light's on, and after the light goes off it goes back down again. This is for both lights. And here this is just when the door button's clicked for the door to go down, usage goes up 1, and then when it's clicked to go up, usage goes up, or usage goes down 1. So that should be that. Function. No, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's test. So we put that on the door. and it's not, the power's not going down. Why is that? Hmm. Print tick. Oh, I know why. Because we haven't required it. So local power equals require script dot power. That's actually all we need to do. So now tick, there we go. And that's that. And put all these on. Obviously, you wouldn't really do this in a normal game, so the power is pretty forgiving. You can make the tick length longer if it doesn't really work. And another thing, I'm just gonna create a function power down, which basically, well, not basically, it just happens when your power goes down. If power equals 0, then power down. So in replicated storage, I've got this reset camera event, and in the cam script, I've got this listener for when the event gets called. Print resetting cams. If click count %2 equals 0, then else, because this doesn't actually work if I just put not. So I just made this as an easy way to dodge that. So debounce equals false. So toggle cams doesn't get stuck. And then we just toggle cams. And that's literally it. So in our power script, for every player in game.players get players do, we're going to fire the event, fire client player, task.wait 0.1, and then we're going to destroy the player's camera GUI so they can't get it back. And we're just gonna do a bunch of stuff here. So I'm going to create an office variable to make this stuff easier. Office dot write office store dot click write office write door button dot click detector destroy. We can do the same for left door button, and if no, I'm gonna the office dot write office door dot position equals vector3 dot new, which we're just going to go into the office, see the door, and we're going to copy the position and paste it in there. And we'll do the same for the left office door. Copy and paste. And for the lights, office dot right light button destroy. Office dot left light button destroy. If office dot left no, right light find first child point light, then office dot right light dot point light destroy, and we will do the same for the left lights, and it destroys all that. Now something else I'm gonna do is, you'll notice I haven't actually used Dave yet. I will in the future, but in the office I made these power out positions, which if I set the transparency to 0, he starts at the door, he goes there, goes there, goes there, and he's got his little red eyes. I'll turn can collide off for these, but what I'm going to do is for I equals 1 for do local prev equals workspace dot Dave find first child power out pause minor dot dot I minus 1. If prev, then prev dot transparency equals 1. Task dot weight 0.1, or maybe 0.5. Workspace dot Dave power out pause dot dot I dot transparency equals 0. Task dot weight 1.5. And when it reaches here, for I player in game dot players get players player kick you lost, and there we go. I'll set it for to 10 just so we can get it down a bit easier. Let's also check if it kicks us off the cams. Yes, it does. There he is. There, and there. Server kick message, you lost. So, I'm just going to put a quick little task dot wait there. Actually, workspace dot Dave dot power out pause 1 dot transparency equals 0. So so he stays there for a little bit. Three, 0, there he is. Might make a little bit more of a task.weight there. And that should be it. Let's put all these down. 0. There he is. There, there, and there. Civic message you lost. Anyway, that is it for this video. I hope your your FNAF game's starting to actually come along well. And I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.